Hello, friends, and welcome back to Low Inc. We are bringing you Grand Finals. The Grand Finals of the Low Inc. in August 2020. We are giving you Last Chance versus Luau, a rematch of the winners finals that we saw about an hour ago that went in the favor of Last Chance 3-2 on an overtime Clam Blitz last second throw-in from Last Chance. These two teams were extremely even with each other and are probably just tickled to death that they're going to be locked in for possibly 14 more games against each other. Now, Last Chance is coming into Grand Finals from the winner's side, so they just have to win one set of best of 7 and it's over. Luau is going to have to win one best of 7 and then do it all over again in a bracket reset if they want to walk away from this tournament as champions and be banned forever.
Absolutely. Luau with a good win against Team Wazen with a quick KO on Starfish main stage. But we saw the previous match on Last Chance against Luau. The game was decided by a split of a second, so it's really anyone's game with beginning on Clam Blitz. On Humpback Pump Track, it is Clam Blitz, the mode that has kicked Luau into the losers bracket, but brought themselves back up. Let's see how they are going to handle that, especially are they going to run the same comp as they did against Last Chance and vice versa, who knows?
Yeah, the last time we saw Luau play Last Chance, whenever they used an anchor, it didn't really work out well for them. So I think we might see more of this anchorless comp that we saw them use a lot against Team Ryzen, who is, and since it's been a while since we've seen Last Chance, that is basically the same comp we're used to seeing from them. Tri-Slosher instead of like the In-Zapper Jr. that they were using, I believe. But a Soda Slosher coming out for the side of Luau instead of the L3 or Grim Range Blaster that we're used to seeing out of them.
This may be a good pick with the Soda Slosher because the special is Burst Bomb Spam, which can get much pain, much pressure on the opponent team. On both sides, one Tetra, so it will be an aggressive game again. But now looks like Last Chance is going to get the first good opportunity to keep up the mid first, or actually the map control, and then going to push up because they already have a Super Clam in their hands.
And that person that just died from the bomb right there was the first player to die for Last Chance in the first minute. In fact, the only player to die in this first minute. So Last Chance has been taking control of this map for the first minute. It hasn't resulted in any points that they can win off of just yet, but as the picks keep coming out here, Last Chance looks like that they're not rusty at all from the hour wait they had to do. They're looking pretty sharp coming out here, especially since they have 23 clams and control of mid, while Luau has nothing basically, except for this nice double that's just now coming out as we see Drift kind of drifting their way into what could possibly be a quad, but no, it gets denied by the heavy, and it doesn't open up a window for Luau to get some points there, but. Because they don't have enough clams yet to get a push going, but a nice show of life there from Luau, who looked like they were getting bullied in that first minute and a half.
Nice wordplay from you there. But Drift really with a great movement gets a really good job done. But I think the suction bomb denied the job before the NZAP. Now Last Chance are suffering the first points, but actually are managing to defend that well and getting the wipe, so that means they can push up A and B, score right now.
Oh. You could see they wanted to throw it right then when they popped up in there, but the basket wasn't quite cooperating with them. Had to back out. But look, 28 clams. If they can just find a way to get a few picks or so. Booyah Bomb coming out. You see Sir Skit just kind of waiting for an opportunity to pick off one of these balls before a jump comes in. The Soda Slosher going down for the side of Luau. But, actually, no, 2 players going down. Make that 3 for the side of Team Ryzen here. Oh, that is actually a quad. What a defense by Luau, staring down a very heavily clammed team, but was able to kind of stop that out. Now they're going to get a push of their own going.
The super clams of Last Chance deleted in half a minute, and now Luau with a good chance to score. They do. The bubbles came in too late, but now it's the counter wipe, and now they have the opportunity to push in again, and hopefully with a throw into the basket, because last time they backed it up. And this may be one of the main problems right now, because Last Chance really is struggling to get in front.
Yeah, this is kind of reminded me of when we just saw Last Chance play against Luau in the winners finals. They had a lot of easy time kind of loading up all the clams they would need, but they just couldn't pull the trigger and get points going. But with 1 minute left to go and the lead being as small as it is for Luau, it's really just going to take one push. And that might be, and honestly, it might be the only push Last Chance gets, but it's going to be the only one they're going to need, especially if they can just hold those score at what it is right now, with about 45 seconds left to go.
Yep, 40 seconds now. Inkling with the super clam. It's 100 to 68 though, so Luau cannot compensate 2 super clams, as it will result into a late loss for them. So Last Chance is creating an opportunity, has map control, but now there comes the burst bomb spam from the Soda Slosher, pressuring Inkling with the heavy, but still manages to get the defense done and map control.
Last Chance just isn't pulling the trigger here. They have every tool they need, all the specials, all the clams. They're just waiting for that perfect opportunity, and it might be coming here as we see the Forge using bubbles, trying to sneak in. The Forge just get taken down though. A Booyah Bomb coming out. Are they going to find a way to sneak in through here? It's a 2v2 basically for the entire game. That one's going to be going down. A jump be going in. The clam does get thrown. All they have to do is pick up that power clam that's sitting right there, but they are guarding it very well. I don't know what's going to... Are they going to find a way to sneak past? Oh, they seem so close!
My God!
They actually got the throw, but it was just short. Wow!
Oh, I almost thought Luau with the A+ defense right there, painting the super clam with for Last Chance to not reach it, but in the end they just snuck through and the throw just came in short.
Look at those KAs. Oh, look at those KAs at the bottom. This looks like an absolute beatdown from the side of Last Chance there. They had all the tools they needed to win the game, but Luau would bend but just wouldn't break. What a win for Luau there. Finding ways to get the win without a whole lot of kills. My goodness.
They finally revenged themselves for the Clamlets match on Port Mackerel. But as you have said, Last Chance really had all the tools. They had KA, they had map control, they had clams, they had everything to win this game, but they just couldn't use this chance to get this job done, and that is what killed them, because you cannot push every single time in overtime, because it really gets repetitive and it can be defended easily and well, especially on humpback pump track. But now I'm getting out of breath, and we started with Splatoon.
Welcome to Game 2 of Grand Finals. Yes, we are just now in Game 2. That was just the first game. My goodness. So yeah, Port Mackerel, Splat Zones. We might... Now, if you haven't been watching the stream up to this point, don't be surprised if you see a 52 deco. Yes, you heard me right. A 52 deco might come out here, because we've seen Sir Skit use it on this map in particular. In all honesty, I guess it's not the worst pick out there. Curling Bomb works out well. Stingray, obviously, somewhat broken on this map. But this is the mode, or this is the map that Last Chance beat Luau on last time. So, be interesting to see if they try to pull that out again, or if they go back to this this double NZAP comp that didn't really result in a lot of kills, but did keep a lot of map control and did kind of keep their players alive long enough for them to win the game there.
Although it is not Clamlets. Splat Zones and Clamlets are two different modes, and you really do notice that because Splat Zones is considered one of the balanced modes, because everything is completely balanced, and now both teams are striking down. Team Last Chance going more for paint than for the going directly into the zone, which works out pretty well. Question mark, they have armor though.
And there you see the Stingray coming out from Sir Skit's legendary 52 Deco. This may be the only tournament you'll see that kind of weapon being used somewhat viably. But Zone does go to control of Luau, but 2 players going down, so it should, in theory, flip right back to Last Chance. Now, with this map and mode, if you get control of the enemy's court, you're going to score a lot of points, because it is a country mile. As you see Kami basically having to go over the river and through the woods there just to get back in the mid to contest it, but does get a pick or two, so this will be control to Luau. But as I was saying, it's going to come down to who can get control of the other team's court first, and that is where a lot of damage is going to be done on the scoreboard.
Yeah, although if you control the court, you have to control the alt zone, aka the sponge, as well, because this also gives much opportunity to backdoor the zone and prevent the other team, or actually the in favor team, to score. Team Luau with the zone now, with the Stingray going after Inkling number 4 with the heavy, has some good time to dodge that and can initiate the counter sting. But still the zone goes for Luau, and it's ticking down 20 points now. And Last Chance, they cannot get out of there. They just cannot get into the zone, as Luau getting a good job there. And this is KO.
Yeah, like I said, if you lock out you get control of their court, this game is over. And Luau just took control of Last Chance's court and just never gave it back up. Last Chance didn't even have an opportunity to sneeze on the zone there. So a nice win for Luau, who's now up 0-2. And keep in mind, Luau is coming from the losers bracket, so they're trying to force a bracket reset here in this best of 7. Not a best of 5, so Luau's going to need to win 2 more. But for Last Chance, they're going to need to find a way to start getting some wins here. And it's going to be difficult to do, considering we're now going to tower control, the one mode that Luau beat Last Chance on in winners finals twice. So this isn't shaping up to be a good first round here for Last Chance as far as finding a win.
Luau is 2 wins away from the bracket reset, and they did 2 great games, especially on Splat Zones with the lockdown situation, which is pretty darn easily to get, especially on Port Mackerel. Another long map incoming. Walleye Warehouse on tower control will be very interesting, as you said. Luau with Luau, the only mode they've beaten Last Chance twice. And this really be interesting, though. If the Last Chance can get this done, things are going to get real heated.
Luau, once again, they already know what comps they're going to use. They're just taking this opportunity to kind of settle themselves down and talk about what's going to be going on in this upcoming map. I do want to give a quick shout out. I saw in chat that Shaq has asked Duracell to marry him, and Duracell has said yes, so congratulations to both of you. That is amazing. Congratulations. But Walleye Warehouse tower control. Let's get this one going.
We see a double, actually the same comp with Last Chance, with the Nautilus and the Heavy, Tetris and Anzap, and Luau running anchorless again, with the Grim Reaper being the longest range.
Yes, yeah, the same exact comp we've seen out of Luau, as you kind of mentioned. So no real surprises there. This is their bread and butter for tower control. It's worked up until this point, but not working in this opening set here, as we see them having to retreat. So this first checkpoint possibly could fall in the favor of Last Chance here, as the Stingray is going to come out to support it, going directly at the elbow. But the Tower Rider having to fight off to take a jump off to take a fight. We do see a trade on the right side. That might be the end of this push here. So a nice defense by Luau, able to hold on to control of their first zone, or their first checkpoint, as we reach the end of the first minute of this game so far.
Will the anchorless comp take its toll on Luau? Because Last Chance really doing a great job on the fence. Okay, I spoiled it again. Now Luau is actually going to push it. Kami with some good job with the Tetra. Almost managing the kill on Inkling number 4. First checkpoint is broke down by Luau, and Surskit looking for the second checkpoint, which Surskit is going to get well. And I think it's done. Checkpoint 2 is through.
Yes, Kami going down with the Tetras though, but 2 checkpoints falling. That is huge. Even though there is still 3 minutes and about 20 seconds left to go here, there's still plenty of time. Getting those 2 checkpoints back for Last Chance isn't the most difficult thing in the world to do, but but what is difficult is dealing with all of these flanks, and now they've run into a missile. All the flanks that Luau is throwing at them, that we saw Last Chance having a lot of difficulty with in the winter set, is now coming back to haunt them in this set as well, as this other checkpoint is going to fall once again to Luau. They're having okay, well, 2 players go down now, but are they going to find a way to get this full wipe? Because that's what's going to take to end this push. They have to kill everyone, because they keep leaving 1 player left alive who is just... Okay, 4-1 finally jumps out. This should be the end of the push. Finally for Luau, as Last Chance gets a moment to breathe.
And this is the same situation as Last Chance were in Black Valley Skate Park. They have to do 3 entire checkpoints to get a grip into this game. 2 minutes left, and Luau is pushing again. Kami trying to get a grip on the wall, trying to get the... Oh, he gets the skip. He gets the wall skip. Oh
what
my
in the world was
god.
That?
He swam...
What
not
was
he.
that?
Kami just swam into that wall, and because there's a little gap between the wall and the bottom of the platform, you can actually do that. I didn't know. I didn't know
it again.
myself.
So,
oh
like,
my god.
So like the commentators are slightly ahead of like the Twitch, that like the stream that's actually being played on Twitch. So yeah, as I looked it back then, he just kind of swims up the wall and goes on the crack there. Man, that is well. Regardless, a 3-0 win here for Luau, or a current 3-0 lead for Luau. They haven't won the first set yet. Last Chance, and this isn't the last time we're going to make this joke, trust me. They're not on their last chance yet. If they lose one more, it will be a bracket reset. But you can't go into a bracket reset getting swept 0-4. You got to win at least one game here to kind of get some momentum to build off of, into as it looks like we're heading into an inevitable bracket reset at some point, unless Last Chance can find a way to pull off the reverse sweep here.
And now, oh my god, I'm so excited for this map. Waymaker on Manta Maria. This is my map. This is my mode. This is really so much you can do as a frontliner. I really do like to play on that map. And I think Low Ink. I think both teams are going to take opportunity to get those frontliners going, because Manta Maria, it is not Clam Blitz where this game is just pretty much stale because you can defend that well. it's really going to be heated on Waymaker on Manta.
And once again, Last Chance is just being haunted by Luau right now. You see them constantly panicking, trying to find out where that next flank is coming from. They cannot deal with this, all these flanks and all this aggression that Luau is throwing at them at this point. Even if you look back at the Clan Blitz game on Humpback, even though they're getting a lot of picks, they can't do anything to capitalize off of it because they're always worried about that one person they don't kill. Is somewhere behind them or something. So they're having a lot of difficulty creating space. And with a map like this, you can flank through the cut. You can flank through the deep left side. I think it's called the spools area or whatever. So there's a lot of different ways you can sneak in through here for flanks. And Last Chance is just going to be pulling their hair out trying to cover all of it at once.
Another backline-less comp from Luau. They really want to go for the kill right here. And now Waymaker on Manta Maria, they're also getting the first pop real darn quick. And as you said, Last Chance really has the KA on their side, but they somehow have to convert it into pushing power, and that is what they are struggling with right now.
We see the Tetra players sharking here. 2 players do go down for Luau, so there is a bit of an opportunity here for Last Chance to get a lead. Again, their comp is built off of getting leads and then holding on to defense. They're not really built to play from behind. So there was a window there, but they elected not to pick it up just yet. Again, might just be a little bit of nerves going on here at this point as they're waiting for that perfect opportunity to make a push, which in all honesty, might not present itself as far as a perfect opportunity is concerned. But 2 players going down yet again. Are they going to grab it here? You see the Tetra players sneaking up, trying to knock out the other Tetra player. A very rare Tetra 1v1 that we've actually seen between those two on stream. As Last Chance is going to get their first chance to get a push going here.
And I'm actually pretty excited. Will we see a Manta skip with the Waymaker? Will we see that? But the Anzap not the L3 has something against it.
How they survived that?
Yeah, the L3 had some sort of a problem right now with the aim right there, with both sub and main. But it still managed to defend that well. 42 is not much though. Now Luau with a good chance to push that. Someone on the bunker has to reposition himself because he's pretty much.
And I don't saw who's got the splat there, but they were able
to.
They saved the lead off of that with just 3 points remaining. Now, can they clear out all of the guys trying to flank around here? You can see they're desperately using these specials to hold onto this Rainmaker. Nice pop there of the bubbles to get a pick, and a nice stop there as well. We see the Forge Pro making some key plays right now, and the Rainmaker should be resetting, and it does. So we're halfway through, and the lead is with Last Chance. Correct me if I'm wrong, I think this is the first time they've held a legit lead in this entire set.
This was top tier defense right there from Last Chance, not gonna lie. This was really insane and intense, defending that well. The F Pro with some good splats, making the defense, getting the answer, but not before they pop the armor. And now they're pushing over the left side. Never seen that one before.
It almost got them the lead. You saw they weren't too close to getting back to 45, and 2 players going down. As you see, the Forge Pro does go down, but it is currently top fragging for their team. So somebody for Last Chance is kind of stepping up here, making some good plays that's keeping their team in this game. They need to find a way to get that Rainmaker back to mid, though, as it hasn't even been popped yet. So they're kind of, honestly, they're kind of flirting with danger by leaving it there. Last Chance is, it looks like they're purposely not trying to pop it. The Rainmaker is blue, but they're not planning on playing defense for a minute and a half in that one spot, I'm sure.
Oh, and this although the Ansap is last, but this could take its toll if the Ansap picks it now, and he stole it. Drift stole it. Drift stole the Waymaker from the hands of the Heavy. That was That was insane. That was really...
And
that was
and
really
looking to
tough.
take it right. I don't know if they
Oh my
only too
God,
close to
1
getting
point.
lead, but players are still alive. Oh, one player going down for Luau, and that is a
And
wipe.
that's
That is a
wipe.
wipe. What another
That
clutch
is a
play!
wipe. Oh
What
my
another-
god.
Last chance with back-to-back clutch plays here, but you can tell they're playing. They don't want to push the Rainmaker anymore. They are just okay. It does reset, and they don't have to throw anybody off the stage to do it. So with 30 seconds left to go here, you can tell Last Chance they're just playing. They're fine with having 42 remaining. They just want to hold on to it. They're not going to pop the bubble right here. They got it painted their color, but with 15 seconds left to go, make that 10. And Luau is able to pick it up. It's going to come down, can Last Chance get one more play? And the Forge Pro is the one who's been making all these plays at the right time. Drift getting the opportunity. One player going down, but bubbles are coming out. Are they going to pop the bubbles? They do, and it gets off 2 players. The Rainmaker is the last one. He's not going to survive that. What a play. The Forge Pro making some great plays there, stepping up for Last Chance, and willing their team to a victory there, avoiding the sweep in this first set. What a play.
F-Pro MVP. F-Pro MVP. Really, that was some sick plays right there. But we couldn't forget Drift with Snatch and the Rainmaker off. That was really fun to watch. But we saw Momentum and we are pretty darn close. 1 single point. 1 point between those 2 teams. That is what a grand final should look like, and this is really intense, and it's whoa. Last Chance really getting a grip on tonight's game. Will they win Entropy, Muscle Forge, and Weave 2 to make the Weaver sweep? Let's see.
You can see the anxiety Last Chance is having right now just off of the way they're playing. They committed to playing defense for basically 3 minutes. I mean, you saw them paint the Rainmaker bubble on their side of the map and not pop it with 1:30 left to go, basically daring Luau to come and get it. And like you saw with Drift coming up, they did get it and tried to reverse course to where the Last Chance players weren't at, but were able to kind of shift back over there to stop the push initially. But yeah, this is what it takes for Last Chance to win a game in the set that has been much more one-sided than what we saw in the winners finals. But we're now going back to splat zones, in a much more balanced splat zone map than what we saw earlier at Fort Mackerel. So if Last Chance can find a way to get a win here, that will probably settle them down a little bit and get them back into playing the type of style that got them into the grand finals to begin with.
Absolutely, yeah. Splat zones on Anchovy. As you said, more balanced map. You can play on the far side of the map, so you can avoid the lockdown. Although it's pretty darn easy to watch the zone anyways, so it's going to be intense for both teams to have at least one backline to watch over the zone. Splat zones on Anchovy was actually my last map on Low Ink. Let's see how both teams are going to fight against in Splat zones.
You know, everybody kind of remembers the last map and mode they played on when they win a tournament. As this one won't be it for Luau, even if they win this, but definitely looking to get that bracket reset. We see a Hydra coming out. This is the first time we've seen them drop a heavy in general, so they're electing to go with double armor here and dropping the Forge Pro for the Nautilus. That's not a surprise, but this Hydra Kyo definitely is a surprise from this team.
Yep, absolutely. I did not. I actually expected from Inkling number 4 the heavy remix, but the Hydra as for double armor against double armor might be a good pick though. W with the L3 and Kami already into the office already. This
Two players going down quickly as Luau is saying, no, we don't want to get control of your court. We want to get control of your spawn. and it's working out for them a little bit right now. One in-zap does go down, and Kami finally goes down. So that's going to open up an opportunity for Last Chance to get back in the zone and contest it here. But a lot of points going to the side of Luau initially. And actually, are they going to have the specials needed to kind of cap and take back a zone here? I'm not quite sure. They're having a lot of difficulty finding ways to get control of zone there. The Tetra player opting to just kind of stay on that fan instead of pushing out. Now we see them go out and does get a nice pick on Drift, but points still chipping away. 2 players going down. Can they finally find a way to cap? And they do.
They do. Do we force situation right now for Last Chance? Now it's their chance. We did it again for them to push up actually into the lockdown, and they actually do. The ends up painting for the zone, and there you can see there's actually pretty much pressure going on right there against Last Chance, as Luau is going to recap the zone, and 27 cooldown points for Last Chance added into the score, and Last Chance pretty much pushed back from them.
They do have the armor ready to go, but the Nautilus dies before the armor gets popped. That's going to be... So now they're going to have a lot of difficulty trying to get back control of their plat. One armor gets popped off from the Hydra. Can they cancel the splashdown? They do. So, but the Hydra does go down, along with the Inzap before their armor can go online as well. So, 3 players going down. This might be a KO unless the Tetra player can make a hero play here, trying to get several picks, and that pick is not going to come. Last Chance is not going to be able to get back into the zone, and we have a very quick bracket reset coming out here from the Luau, as we are going to start all over with a new best of 7. What a set for Luau. What a set for Luau.
Although I didn't expect Luau to win that much, 1-4, that's actually a very good spot for Luau. Now bracket reset. Luau broke down Last Chance once, and now they have to do it again in the bracket reset. That's how double elimination works. We are also going to have different maps for that. As I can see, we are going to start with Sturgeon Shipyard on tower control, and I guess we won't have a break because we are going right into it.
Yes, and now as one-sided as that set was, Last Chance did beat Luau in the winners final, so they do have some... They know they can win this set. And now that the score is back to 0-0, if they can find a way to come out and win this first game, that should kind of settle them down and be like, okay, we're back in the lead here, and we're fine. But once again, this tower control map, this tower control mode that Last Chance just can't beat Luau on. They're going to have a hard time winning this first game. But if they can win this first game, and they can be like, hey, we beat these guys, and we did it on their mode, that's going to do a lot for their psyche as we head into this second set.
Yep, but I think Last Chance is now awake. They won't want to let this slide by the grand finals opportunity. Luau with a very good performance. Only missing that Waymaker Manta mode with 1 point. You can see that Luau is really into the grand finals mode. Last Chance now has to take this last chance to get into the grand finals. They have now a new chance. What do I do? On Sturgeon Shipyard Tower Control, the bracket reset. It's best of 7 again.
Yes, and if Luau doesn't win this next set, then what they did in the first set will be redeemed for literally nothing. As we are now, once again, I've kind of mentioned this before, but as we're looking at the screen that you guys don't see, everybody has readied up, except for Kami on Luau, and again, we all know what weapon Kami is going to use, but they're taking this time to kind of bring their players back down to a more centered level here, and not playing so wild or anything like that. So it's good that they're taking this time to get themselves mentally ready for this last set that we are in, this best of 7 set.
maybe Kami is actually going for a surprise pick, not picking the Tetris or something. Maybe it's going to be a surprise because because time after time you know how the Tetris are going to work, so they can be easily countered. But as it appears that Kami still sticks with the Tetra even though he didn't ready up, which is okay. We can do that.
There's no other weapon you're going to see Tetra using. Same thing with Neon on the side of Last Chance. It's been Tetras versus Tetras this entire game, or this entire set. But yeah, no surprise picks out of Luau here. As once again, actually, I think these two teams played on this mode earlier, or at least they did at some point. So the first 30 seconds going down here, Kami does get taken down by Inky number 4, who does have a Booyah Bomb ready to try to stall this push here. If it does come out, will be used to freeze things up at this first checkpoint, which will be stalled. So now it's just a matter of, can Last Chance establish some map control here, which they've been having difficulty do this entire set.
Ooh, W with a bad swap right there into the Robo Bomb and into the Fortune map control right there. Last Chance now with the first push, 94 down though, and they cannot push any further because I think the Grim Reaper will be watching the tower. But Last Chance still managing map control, but they still cannot convert that. They still cannot convert it into points, into actual points. They have the picks, they have everything.
Yes, and we do see another push coming out here from Luau. Actually, it looks like all 4 players are pushing up, and nobody's really paying attention to the tower. But okay, somebody's on it now. One player does go down as we see the Nautilus and everyone else shifting back to the tower. And with the Tower Rider Drift, the only one left alive wisely backs off. So once again, the push is stalled. And even though the lead is currently in the favor of Luau, no checkpoint has been cleared by either team. So it's still really anybody's game at this point.
Although Luau's checkpoint, or actually Last Chance checkpoint to defend, is actually cracked down by 1/4, and now Last Chance is getting the first chance. Can they actually do that now? Can they actually convert that now? But the Grim Reaper with the direct against the heavy, and the first checkpoint is reached, but no quarter done, and this gives Luau the opportunity to push back. As we can see, map control is restored, but oh my god, the Tetra from Last Chance with a good double splat, although it's only coming to a trade down though.
Yeah, the spectator cam has been giving Luau's Tetra a lot of love. We haven't really seen a lot of the Last Chance Tetras, but that is a huge double that we've seen out of them right here. Along with the Nautilus getting another pick as well. So once again, an opportunity for Last Chance to try to get past this first checkpoint with about 2 minutes left to go. It is a long checkpoint to get across, but it helps when you get a pick like they just did on Drift there. So they will get lead, but more importantly, will they get past this checkpoint? It looks like they will, as no Luau players are within a country mile of the tower right now, and they're going to be approaching the second checkpoint actually.
And they're actually going to get knocked down. Drift with the Anzap trying to hold onto the tower, but has to face the Booyah Bomb, which does not get onto the tower, which he didn't read. Inkling number 4 with a number 1 Booyah Bomb right there, and keeping the pressure on Luau. They really woke up right now. They don't want to get this tower control set down the drain. As we can see, checkpoint 2 is through. They all through there. Neon trying to get in front line, getting slaughtered by the Grim Reaper. And it's a back and forth. I even can't tell what is going on right now. Booyah Bomb. What?
I'll tell you what's going on right now. The remix player is basically slaying in front of the tower, and it's working extremely well. That is the first time we've seen Last Chance get that many KAs against Luau and still win the game. And my goodness, that was the win Last Chance needed to turn this entire grand finals around. Again, like we were saying, they hadn't won on tower control against these guys the entire tournament. They've been losing game after game after game in the last set. So finally, now they're at 1-0. They won on Luau's mode. They can finally just take a moment to breathe there. And that was the first time we've seen Last Chance come out and actually start throw punches. Did you see how far up that remix player was?
Yeah, it was a front line. It was literally a remix disguised as a front line. This was so insane. But you can actually play that because the player Kaji from Quack and Paradise also played pretty much offense with that thing. So it is actually possible, especially if you can manage that ink shots from the heavy. You're good to go.
Yes, got in a great position to abuse their range there against the range that Luau hasn't really been showing up until this point outside of the range blaster, I guess. But we are moving on to Clam Blitz at Hotel. Every Clam Blitz game these two teams play against each other is crazy and ridiculous, so this is going to be a fun one to watch. And once again, this is the first time we've seen Luau in this grand finals with their backs not necessarily up against the wall, but they are currently losing 1-0, which might be an odd feeling for them considering they won 4-1 in the last set. So now this is the advantage of coming in as the winners in the winners bracket. Whatever happened in the last set doesn't matter now. All the momentum, even though they've only got 2 wins this whole grand finals, all the momentum now is on the side of Last Chance.
Yep. And we saw from Luau in the Abercrombie Hotel, it could be very stale. So let's see how it is on Clamlets, because it's pretty much difficult to score there too, especially if you want to go through the bit. Sorry, that was that was unlucky for me. But if you want to push from the bridge
yes,
over the, it will get tough, and the ramp is just way too long.
But if you remember watching Luau play this map on Rainmaker, I think they don't realize the bridge actually exists. But we do see... Oh, actually, we see Surskit coming out with the C-Jet. An interesting...
15 seconds in on and already the Stingray out.
But it's interesting they picked that weapon back up again, because it really wasn't working against Last Chance when they played in Winners Finals. And that was my assumption why they gone anchorless this whole time, but we'll see how C-Jet works out for them in this set, as we see Drift jumping back out, losing a few clams as they do so, but immediately jumping back in.
Yep, and although Drift didn't have that many clams, so it's not a big loss for Luau to push up W with the L3 already on terrace on the Slayer spot to be coming. Gets the slash down denied by Inkling with a job well done, but still score for Luau, but not an optimal one, because now there are more.
Yeah, Inkling getting the pick on that splashdown was huge, because bubbles were out, and if that splashdown had landed, they would have combined with the bubbles to do a lot of damage there. But instead, the splashdown does get canceled, and even though they do score, it's just one clam. So again, a lead technically, but nothing really substantial for Luau at this point, as we see Inkling number 4 once again playing like Inkling number 1, in all honesty, getting into a great position to abuse their range as the Inkjet is drowning on the terrace there, can't really fly over the water and is not being as effective as they could be. And a lot of players
2 jumps
sneaking in.
What one clam somehow missed. I think it went against the post, against the football post on the basket.
Yes.
Oh my god!
I think you're right, yeah, because they all jumped in from behind. How did they even get back there is beyond me, but yeah, that's an awkward... I didn't realize, but yeah, that goalpost did kind of reject the throw there. Unfortunate. And the lead technically sticking with Luau, but it could have been a lot worse. As we see Stingray coming out here from Surskit.
And now both teams, unfortunately, has thrown away their first push, 80-81. So that means it's still anyone's game. Surskit being the last squib on the blue team, fighting for their lives. Surskit really weak, but still gets splat after splat, and he managed to survive that.
Yeah, that's Surskit kind of. Oh well, I spoke too soon. But Surskit was able to kind of hold on to control of mid there, while most of his teammates were down. So that will kind of affect things over the course of this game, as we do see the Tetra or 2 players going down, I should say, for the side of Last Chance. So this is going to open up the door for Luau to break the barrier. And they do have a lot of clams to kind of keep this push going as well. So they're getting below 50, but 2 players going down, but they do manage to get below 40 before the push ends. That is the first legit push we've seen this whole game.
And that is the first optimal push now that can compensate more super clams coming from Last Chance for the pushes, but still, it is Clamblitz. Everything can happen. Even the unthinkable can happen here in Clamblitz. 1 minute left, Last Chance still twailing. Luau leading with 37-81. Inkling going to push up and gets Terrace Fields with a good splat.
Yeah,
will they convert it though?
You saw the player that they splatted. Once again, we've seen Luau do this. When they hold on to lead that they like in Clam Blitz, they just kind of grab clams and throw them away so that the other team doesn't get them, instead of trying to get another push going themselves. And that's opening the door for the Tetra players to sneak in. A jump is going to come in. It is underneath the basket this time, but there's no other clams to kind of follow up with it. Now, Last Chance needs to stop this push right now and try to find a way to gather up. I don't know if they still have a Mercy Clam or not. It looks like they do. Okay, so this will go to overtime, but it just comes to matter if Luau's going to try to end the game now by finding a way to throw that ball in that they have. But no, they're tossing it away. And once again, they're electing to say play defense. They're saying, come and get us. And it looks like Last Chance is saying, okay. Oh, but the bubbles do get kind of denied there, and 2 players going down. So Luau electing to turtle up. And, but 1 player does sneak in, but it's not enough time. So there you go. And actually, Luau did find a way to score as time was running out, but it didn't matter. The game was over, basically.
Yeah.
So.
Noizuki actually attempting the little shortcut going through the mid bridge, and this didn't work out because you saw Luau really wanted to shut the big doors for New Albacore and taking that win on game 2. That means 1 by 1 they are squared up, and now we are going to have some Splat Zones action on Starfish main stage.
Yes, and this is I can't remember. Did these 2 teams play on this mode already? No. I'm thinking of some other team. We did the Rainmaker game on this mode. Luau did, but this wasn't Splat Zones. Honestly, this, as strong as we've been seeing Inkling number 4 playing, this is a good map to use Remix on. This is especially if you want to play it aggressively, because you can use the run speed that you should be wearing with a Remix to kind of abuse the speed you can use on both the left and right grates that are on this map. So this might be a good combo map that works into Last Chance's favor to help kind of counter the aggression that they've been seeing from Luau this whole tournament.
Yeah, we saw both teams, Last Chance and Luau, pretty much aggressive with the Tetras, and now because of splashdowns, the zones could be overtaken pretty darn quickly, because it's only 1 zone in Starfish main stage, and it's not the largest one. So actually one splashdown and a little bit of ink can actually overthrow the zone for their favors. And let's see that in action now.
If either team can actually land one of their splashdowns from their Tetra players, that is.
Yeah, I can agree on that. It's not the day of the splashdown today, so
no surprise from either team with comps coming out here. I guess the Nautilus instead of the Forge Pro, but once again, Splatlings do work out pretty well here as we see Surskit popping some armor initially with an Inkjet ready to go. And is able to get a nice pick on the Nautilus as well. So Zone going to Luau as is control of the map and the lead.
Yep, and we see Luau already wanting Last Chance to lock them out. And they do a good job, Surskit collecting the armor for the frontliners to keep it up. Ukami a little bit has no really a job to do right now at their pit.
Yeah, it's Luau taking control of this map and not really giving the zone back, not even giving a hint of the zone back. But the Nautilus going down. I was just about to say, if Last Chance can find a way to get a pick or two, they can get the zone back. But a lot of specials online for Luau, and not many points remaining as armor is coming out. Nobody is dying. Actually, nobody has died for Luau this entire game. But the splashdown coming out, or the Booyah Bomb able to clap zone. Wow, what a change of pace now. But they're still gonna have to. Well, okay,
the double splat!
They're gonna have to find a way to get splats, and the remix player doing just that. But still, if you look at the top of the screen, other players for Last Chance is gonna have to find a way to get something going here if they want to find a way to come back and win this.
It's in all of a sudden, it's just went the other way. Usually, Last Chance is that team with a high KA, but now it's actually Luau with a good KA count for the favor. And as I was talking about, one splashdown and a little bit ink can actually cap the zone, as we could saw on Last Chance. Yes, and they really do struggle that.
Until they start getting picks, though, they can cap the zone all they want, but until they start killing people, there's nothing they can do to chip away at this lead. They're going to have to hold it for a good chunk of time with only 2 minutes and 30 seconds remaining. And Luau, with not many penalty points left to go on their part, as soon as the penalty points are gone, this game's going to be over. So yeah, we need to see some picks coming out right now for Last Chance if they want to find a way to win this one.
Yep, and there is another splashdown, and it only kept the zone half, but now Last Chance has it entirely. Inkling number 4 on the far right side, trying to reach for the stars right now, for the zone, but actually fighting against many of Luau, which is trying to stop the heavy from capping the zone, which now has Booyah Bomb and is recapping it. But only halfway done.
Yes, the zone, like I said, but actually there's still not many penalty points left. A nice pick there, but Inkling getting flanked is able to get the trade, but I don't know if the trade is going to be enough to allow the zone to get painted into Last Chance's favor, and it is not. Game 3 is going to go into the favor of Luau. So Luau, who found themselves down 0-1, is now going to go back to the tower control map and mode that has been working out for them so well up to this tournament. And the question now is going to be, can Last Chance win 2 games on tower control against this aggressive Luau team?
But Last Chance won Sturgeon Shipyard tower control. So in this set, it could be entirely different. It could be a different world. It could just spin right around. So if Last Chance is winning this one on Mako Mart, which is actually, in my opinion, the best map mode combination, in my opinion.
Yes.
If they can manage to win this, things are going to get heated, because then the teams are tied up again for the second time in this set. So I think they're gonna be fueled up, but Luau just want to take the low ink trophy home and finally be banned from this tournament. But also does Last Chance too.
Also want to give a quick reminder to everybody listening to make sure you stick around for after the grand finals, as we do have a major announcement to give out. You might be redeeming more than literally nothing, so stick around for after grand finals for that big announcement. As we get back to the action that's going on in the game, though, this is a pretty good in-zap map. Well, I guess you could say that about every single map in this game, honestly. But for a team that loves to run double in-zap on tower control, like we see Luau likes to do, this is once again going to be another map that's kind of in their favor to win. But once again, for Last Chance, if they can find a way to win this one, it would be huge to kind of carry the momentum into the rest of this bracket reset grand finals. And of course, they don't want to go down 1-3 with one more win costing them the tournament.
Yep, and we do see, I think the comp will be the same, because it was always the same. We're going to see a bit of a change, but yeah, Last Chance, no change on Luau neither. So I think it's going to be very much stale. Both teams do know what's to win in the comp, but no team has interest on countering these things.
The only interesting pick is that they are using the L3 instead of the Grim Range Blaster that they've been using for tower control. Other than that, this is pretty much bread and butter, what you should be expecting from these two teams at this point. But 3 players going down quickly for Luau, as we see Last Chance approaching this first tower, or this first checkpoint. The first checkpoint not being the most difficult one in the world to pass. The second one is, but clearing this first checkpoint early will open up the door for them to get to that second checkpoint more often. And actually, they might be able to do that just now, as we're in a 2v2 situation. Can they land this splashdown? They do, but redeems literally nothing by doing so. So that looks like to be the end of this push for now. But once again, the first checkpoint falling is huge for Last Chance in the first minute.
That was well said from you, not gonna lie. But yeah, first checkpoint is done for Last Chance. But the first checkpoint is actually hard to defend, so I think in Mako Mart, first checkpoints are not gonna last long. Even more important are checkpoint 2 and 3. The last 2 checkpoints, Inkling riding the tower again, scoring more than 60 points, coming it down to the second checkpoint, and still the L3 getting the splat on the heavy.
And a trade going down here, as it looks like Last Chance is going to be approaching this checkpoint yet again, but W keeping an eye on it with their L3, trying to make sure they don't get to this checkpoint, because if that second one falls for Luau, they're going to be in big trouble for the rest of this match. Even though we only got about 3 minutes left to go here, Luau has yet to get any kind of push going. But they look to be in a position to do something like that now. They do have control of mid. They don't have the picks yet, but they're looking to try to get them. It's just going to come down to which team can get the pick first. And this little stalemate we're going here, as the Tetris does trade with the remix. Can W get a pick here with the Inkjet? It looks like they do, actually, as 2 players have gone down for the side of Last Chance, and a first push finally coming out now for Luau.
And this is what I meant. Checkpoint 1 is easily to get into, so it's not that important. But now Luau looking for the second checkpoint, which has not been reached by Last Chance yet. So they have to defend it like gods right now in order to keep the lead, but they cannot manage to hold that any longer. Checkpoint 2 is cracked. Checkpoint 2 is through. Inkling gaining the splat, but sadly way too late. And the L3 riding the tower and approaching.
He's still going.
Approaching checkpoint 3 in a good manner. And that could be a good opportunity now for Luau.
It was basically a 1v4 situation. Yeah, they cleared the checkpoint, but adding even more points on top of that is huge for Luau, and a little bit of a miscue there by Last Chance to not realize that the L3 was still in a position to keep that push going. But they have gained control of mid here. They're going to need to get a lot of picks because they do have a lot of work they need to do in this closing minute here, and trades just aren't going to get it done. But if you're Luau, you should be happy with getting trades at this point.
Yeah, absolutely. And we see at the top UI, teams are balanced as really. It's not really a 1v4 or 2v4, never appeared to be honest. It's always 4v4, 3v3, 2v2, or even a 1v1, which is actually insane. Such major opportunities are really rare. And Luau is still pushing that down. The Ansat missing the jump on their snipe, but still going into this third checkpoint.
About 30 seconds left to go here. They're approaching the third checkpoint. Looking to get the KO here. As that checkpoint does fall and two players are down, I don't see a way they can stop this KO. So a great rebound by Luau, who now puts Last Chance. Are we going to say it?
Yes.
Okay.
Do it.
They are now. This is now. Well, I mean, I guess technically it's not their last chance, but they can't lose any more games from here on out if they want to find a way to win this tournament. It backs totally up against the wall there, as they let a good opening kind of slip away from them as Luau is able to bounce back, and if you look at the map list for the rest of the set, if Last Chance is able to do a bracket reset, they are going to have to play a Game 7 once again on tower control. But if you're Last Chance, you don't need to worry about that right now. You just need to keep your eyes on this game right here, which is going to be Rainmaker at Piranha Pit.
So Last Chance is not going to not see Black Belly Skatepark on tower control. It's sadly inevitable for Last Chance, and Luau actually won that because Last Chance did that defense thing because they want to get the early lead and then defend that thing, but it didn't work out well, so Luau punished that real good. But Last Chance can still get this Weaver sweep done with Waymaker, Piranha Pit, and Clamblitz on Snapper Candle following up, which will be interesting. I think Last Chance is aware of the situation right now and will strike back.
And if you remember the last time we saw these two teams play Rainmaker, it was on Manta Maria, and we saw the Forge Pro just make hero play after hero play that kept Last Chance in on that one. But now that we got a Piranha Pit, I guess the question is Surfskit going to bust out the Sea-Jet or not to go with Stingray? I think we can assume that we're going to see the hero Splatling coming out from Last Chance with Stingray on their side as well. But who knows? Maybe now that their backs are totally against the wall, we might see something completely crazy that they haven't shown at any point in this tournament. So who knows what we will see as both teams are letting the time run out.
But I do not think that we are going to see a 52 deco on Piranha Pit, especially on Waymaker, even though it has Stingray for this map. But let's see. Yeah, heavy on Last Chance. I think they're going to want the Nautilus heavy comp again. No, they don't. Okay, I didn't pay attention to the last games though.
Going with the Forge. The Forge worked out so well in Manta Maria. If you're gonna lose, if you're gonna go down in this tournament, might as well go down swinging with the Forge that kind of brought you here to begin with. And no Sea-Jet from the side of Luau. Surskit opting to go with the double in-zap that once again has been very effective for them up to this point. But two players going down here. But Last Chance has always been kind of hesitant to pick up Rainmaker, but they do have an opportunity to kind of do that just now. But Surskit's still alive, and I thought Surskit was actually going to pick it up right there.
But what I have noticed, no Stingray for Luau. They are actually abandoning the Stingray on this long map, especially for Waymaker. which is actually pretty crucial, A for the long map and B for the Rainmaker. But it could work out if they play aggressive enough and can defend that well. They can actually take home that W.
Yes, but they're just not going to have a Stingray ready in case they need it at the end of the game here. But if they get a huge push here from the opening, they're going to get up the ramp and possibly more. This might be the lead that they need to win the entire game. This might actually be a KO if Kami can get a few more picks. The Tetra player splash downs and a double splash down.
My
The
God.
Rainmaker does go down, but the Splatling is the last player left alive. Inkling number 4 saving the game by taking down Kami on the Tetras, but a pretty damaging score. Oh, this push might not actually be over yet, as you see a lot of Luau players jumping in, but they are dying. One more player going down, so the Rainmaker will reset. But the pressure now all on Last Chance as we see Stingray and Bubbles ready along with armor, but they're going to have to find a way to get a good push off here pretty soon.
I think more the pressure is now, on Last Chance. You were right, I thought it was on Luau, but I was a bit drained at that. Now, Last Chance, has to answer now, as this is the final game before Luau takes home that W, and the Tetra really with a strong job managing the base for them. And now having that 33 lead, which is actually pretty strong. This is actually the top platform if you go the first ramp. And now they're going to push even further.
This Stingray has to shut this push down if Last Chance wants to find a way to win this game. It doesn't do just that, and more points are going to be coming down. Possibly a KO right here. Can First Hit put Luau into the finals? No, they do not. But with 1 point remaining, this is going to have to be a comeback for the ages from Last Chance if they want to keep their hopes alive. But they are still playing here. This is still a game they can win if they find a way just to get a wipe or two at the right time. First, they're going to let this Rainmaker reset. You do see the Heavy doing some work there. Already 12 KA with about a minute 45 left to go. But the map is completely in Luau's favor right now.
Yeah, this map is really just purple right now. With Last Chance having some struggles right now. Luau managing to take on the W as in the losers bracket. Luau actually lost against Last Chance before, and now they're actually winning it. They're going to take revenge for that Clamblitz game. And it works out pretty well. Map control still in their favor, and we have 1 minute left. And still 1 point for Luau. So Last Chance has still to do their first push in the game.
Look at the aggression that Luau is bringing out here. Luau looks like they're the team that is yet to get a push going and has 1 point remaining before they lose. They are playing so aggressive. They don't want... they do not want them to even pick up the Rainmaker. And it's working out so well. 40 seconds left to go. And like you said, they still haven't even touched the Rainmaker, much less get it somewhere close to getting the lead off. So when they pick up the Rainmaker here, if they pick it up, they're not going to have multiple pushes to keep trying to chug it down the path. They're going to have to get it all in one push. And it's going to be extremely difficult to do so, considering they can't even get out of mid.
Yeah, this still map control is now contested, but still in favor of Luau. 10 seconds left. Now Last Chance has to get a last second pick now. Are they going to pick the relic? They lost it! And this is game, set, match, and the championship and the ban for Luau. They are Low Ink champions, August 2020.
You know, I talked to Sir Skit earlier this week. He reached out to me and said if he should even sign up for Ludi because it was questionable whether his team was good enough or not. I told him, look, go ahead and sign up and win this thing and get banned the right way. And Luau is now officially champions, and they are now, as you said, banned from Low Ink. And for the second tournament in the row, the team coming from the losers bracket has forced a bracket reset and has won and Luau winning 8 games and only giving up 2 against the team that beat them in winners finals. What a set and what a performance by Luau. And obviously a really great performance by Last Chance throughout this entire tournament. They just ran into a team that just got hot at the right time in Luau.
In my opinion, it was a completely different team from one game to another. Luau really had some struggles against the Last Chance, really did also some backline comms, and for Last Chance in the grand finals, they went anchorless and they did get the win because they really held on to the frontline strategy, which worked out pretty darn well. So good job to Luau on winning this tournament.
Whew.
That was intense.
That was. Okay, so now I believe we're going to go ahead and kick it over because the people who get paid more than we do have just joined the VC.
This is the moment you all have been waiting for.
Yes, there will be a big announcement going out. Me and Keo are going to be signing off. But before we do that, once again, congratulations to Luau on a fantastic tournament win, getting banned from Low Inc. in August 2020. And now we're going to kick it over to Hoenn and Kraken Mare, who are about to blow your guys' minds.
Hello, everyone. I'm Hoenn Hero, and also here is Kraken Mare.
Hello.
And we're the head TOs for Low Inc. along with JPEG. We originally founded it back in August of 2018 or September of 2018, depending on how you look at it. But either way, first of all, congratulations to Luau on a job well done, fighting their way back through the losers bracket, through the bracket reset to get those 8 wins needed to take home this tournament. That's really hard to do, honestly. It's not easy to win Low Inc., and you've done a fantastic job to take that home, so congratulations to you. So, as you all have probably seen over the past 2 or 3 days, we have been promising a major announcement that is going to basically shake the community up in a good way. I promise you, it's good. So, we're going to talk about that now.
Yeah, definitely. This project has now been in the works for well over a year, near a year and a half. This was in the works all the way back in April of 2019. Some of you may remember the only part that's ever been public so far is a 2v2 tournament we did in April. We've had many setbacks since then, but now's the time that we finally get to show it off. Inky, roll the clip.